Hi, Chris Neely here with Vance and Hines. Today we're going to be installing a FUELPAK LCD on a late model Harley-Davidson touring bike. The FUELPAK is necessary when installing aftermarket performance exhaust and intake systems to ensure proper performance of your motorcycle. The FUELPAK is designed and manufactured right here in Southern California. The FUELPAK maps are specific to each and every bike and its performance add-ons. Today we're going to be using our 2012 CVO Street Glide with power dual head pipes, monster round slip-ons, a VO2 intake system. So let's get started. Before we begin the installation, let's take a look at what's included in the kit. The FUELPAK LCD module with single connector harness specific to the 2011 and 2012 touring models. Also included in the kit are competition O2 connectors, adhesive backed Velcro, snap-on button cover, zip tie, and installation instructions for both the FUELPAK and the O2 competition connectors. Please read the instructions thoroughly to familiarize yourself with the installation process before attempting. Now let's go over to the bike and get started. Before we begin, I want to make sure that the ignition switch is in the off position, as well as the handlebar run switch. Next, remove the rear hold-down screw for the seat. This will now expose the two hold-down screws on our CVO for the front seat. Go ahead and remove these, then pull and slide out the front seat to expose the ECU in between the frame rails. Now we can remove the ECU from its hold-down tray by spreading apart the ECU hold-down clips on the front and rear. Then pinch to release the red lockdown strap from the top of the harness clip. Then press down the button on the top of the clip to allow the cam to roll over and release the ECU from the harness. We can now set the ECU aside. Now we want to remove the ECU hold-down tab from the left side of the bike. This will allow the FUELPAK connector and the ECU to fit in between the frame rails and sit flush to fit underneath the seat. Now we can take our ECU in the FUELPAK and insert the connector onto the ECU. Be sure that you align the pins of the FUELPAK connector with that of the pins in the ECU. Put the connector firmly in your palm and insert it directly onto the ECU. Now we can take the ECU assembly and connect it with the harness of the bike. Make sure with the connectors that you have them aligned as well. While inserting the ECU assembly onto the connector of the harness, gently press as you pull the cam lever over to its locked position. Once locked, we can now take the red lockdown strap and insert it into its original position. Now take the entire FUELPAK assembly with the ECU and insert it in between the frame rails so it fits flush. Now we want to secure the FUELPAK to the top of the ECU with our adhesive backed Velcro patch. Make sure when placing on top of the ECU that you press firmly to ensure a secure fit. Next, we want to remove the rear passenger bag to allow us access to the rear O2 connectors. They're located underneath the right-hand side cover. You'll see the O2 connectors as a gray and a black connector. First begin by pressing in the connector's release button and pulling down. Now take the O2 competition connector and insert it onto the harness side. Now make sure when reconnecting that you actually have the black with the black connector and the gray with the gray connector. Once installed, we can go ahead and put the side cover back on, as well as the rear bag. Now that we've finished our LCD installation, we don't want to put the seat on just yet. On our next episode, we're going to show you how to find your map setting on the website, as well as how to program it into the FUELPAK. My name is Chris Neely with Vance and Hines. We'll see you next time.